What's up, guys? We got a quick one today. This one is my success with robotic affirmations, and it's quick, so we'll just get into it. These are my first time successful affirmations. They're small, but I'm proud of them. Used a bit of Neville and Joseph Murphy. Before bed, I'd get into a relaxed position while lying on my back. I then used a quote from Joseph. Lull yourself to sleep every night with the idea of X, and your subconscious, being your faithful servant, will obey you. I would lull myself with my affirmations in a cycle, just like a sad scene, until I drifted off to sleep. Then during the day, I'd forget about my desires and remove any conflict. When I was deciding my affirmations, I went to the end of what I wanted. These were small, but I've got no big ideas just yet, maybe because I'm 14, LOL. Anyways, I wanted to have a better sense of humor because I always thought that I was a boring person. I never laughed at stuff that people would normally laugh at. I also wanted to improve my mathematics. I love math, but I wasn't doing too well. Therefore, my affirmations were, I have a great sense of humor and I solve math questions effortlessly. I solved every math question effortlessly. I repeated them in my mind in a cycle, one after the other, until I fell asleep. It took me around 25 days for both of them until I stopped, since I was happy with what I've achieved. Now, obviously, I'm not going to be able to complete every math question, but if I persisted for years, then it'd be true. I just stopped where I was happy at. I've improved my average grade from a C/B to now an A or A+. Additionally, my sense of humor is great now. I laugh at such basic things. My life is more enjoyable now because I find humor in a lot of things. Stuff I've seen as boring before, I now laugh a lot at. I love the quote from Joseph because I've been struggling with imagining a scene every night. The quote is so simple and you can basically use it for anything. My interpretation of it is that you should have your end idea in mind. It can be a phrase or a simple word according to Joseph, example, humor or mathematician. Then repeat it in your mind until you fall asleep. With enough persistence, your subconscious will obey you and bring it about into reality. Disregard the how and it'll become reality. Okay, so there's people congratulating them in the comments. I wanted to touch on this last point here, that yeah, Joseph Murphy is saying that you can just use the word. And so like one word, for example, if you want to be calm and relaxed, I've used this example before. I feel calm and relaxed. I feel calm and relaxed. If you're finding resistance, which honestly, if you do that enough times, it will begin to, but certain words, sometimes people get triggered by certain words, right? Sometimes people don't like, you ever notice that if you tell somebody like to calm down, they do the opposite, right? I don't know. There's that resistance, the inner resistance. So, and sometimes people just want to do the opposite of whatever you say. But if you just simply say the word relaxed or peace, you're having trouble feeling abundant, then you just say abundance. Sometimes that can be, in order to shift yourself out of this place where you're feeling resistance, place where you feel like it's a struggle to actually feel in alignment with what you're saying, or that you feel like there's too much resistance there. Just saying the word love. If you contemplate on love itself, that's going to start to bring in those internal representations, the feelings, all the associations that are with the word love. You don't necessarily have to say, my SP loves me. You can. You absolutely can. And it's phenomenal. It's had a great effect for some people. But in these certain circumstances, let's say that you are feeling all this resistance, you say, instead of, yeah, I'm making $10,000 a month. I'm making $10,000 a month. And you feel tons of resistance there. You can just begin to say, money, wealth, abundance, thousands of dollars. There's all these different examples that you could use, but the idea of just contemplating joy, peace, fulfillment, by dwelling on these thoughts, by dwelling on these simple words, you are now allowing that to begin to dominate your awareness, which is what the goal is anyways. If you're, again, feeling that resistance saying, I am peaceful, I am abundant, I am joyous, I am happy, just think happiness, joyfulness, abundance, peace, love, harmony, praise, generosity, good fortune, luck, goodwill. By contemplating on these ideas, again, that is all the old story. The old story, you start focusing on this enough, soon that old story here is going to get pushed out of the picture, slowly and slowly and slowly. And now you have these new thoughts that you're entertaining. This is now what's dominating the awareness. So that works as well, guys. So let me know your thoughts on this. If you've had experience with this, if you prefer sometimes just making a simple statement like this or a simple word, has that worked for you? For me personally, I think when you're in a state of resistance, I think it's a great little kind of way to get around that and just really begin to feel those feelings regardless. Because if your mind's saying, oh, I don't feel peaceful right now, or I don't feel love in my life, it's a nice way to bypass that conscious gatekeeper, right? Anyways, guys, much love as always. Drop this with a like, hit me with a subscribe, and I will see you guys in the